Rangers are 8-8 this spring. The Phillies are 7-8. Rangers have won 3 Western Division championships in the last 4 years in the American League, as Wolf got ahead of Clayton 0-2 and now loses him with a free ticket. Johnny Oates, the skipper for the Texas Rangers, former Phillies catcher. Here's Rusty Greer. Greer just back from Texas, where he had his ankle looked at. They were afraid there might be a bone break. There was not. Hadn't played a whole lot this spring, hitting at 200. 1 strike to Greer. One of the solid fixtures in the Texas Rangers lineup, coming off a 300 year in which he hit 20 and knocked in 101.
He's just a real solid ball player. Really, you have to watch him every day to appreciate him.
1-1 the count to Rusty Greer. Lifetime a .309 hitter. Just missing 2-1. Doug Davidson of the Germantown section here, sending best to wife Jennifer and son Elliot, watching back in the Philadelphia area. Two and 2 to Rusty Greer. Royce Clayton at first base. He's been running this spring. He's stolen 4 bases. Oh boy, where was that pitch?
I don't know. That's not helping Randy Wolf, though, making pitches like that and not getting them. Lieberthal sitting on the outside corner. Well, maybe it was.
Yeah. Very high pop-up. Scott Rowland fighting the wind and the glimmering sun makes the play, and Greer is retired, 1 down.
Third, the center fielder, number 21.
He's one of the bright young stars in the Rangers organization, Ruben Mateo, 22-year-old, hitting .282 this spring. Had big numbers at AAA last year, hit .336 for Oklahoma, 18 homers, knocked in 62. Came up to the Rangers, hit 6 more home runs while batting .238.
Oh, he's got all the tools. Good looking young player, just needs a little discipline at the plate.
Breaking ball hits Mateo. So Mateo is hit on the pitch, on the foot. Puts 2 men on base.
I mean, that's that pitch there. It's a breaking ball. He wants it on the outside part of the plate, or actually middle or away. First pitch, you just want to get the breaking ball over. Randy Wolf just pulls that way down into the right-handed batter's box.
Here's David Segui, just over from the Toronto Blue Jays in a 3-team trade. Blue Jays end up with Montreal first baseman Brad Fulmer. 1 strike to him. Rangers get Segui, and Montreal gets Lee Stevens from Texas. Segui having a good spring. He was hitting .466 in exhibition, .467 in exhibition games with the Toronto Blue Jays. This is his first exhibition game with Texas. He just reported today to the Rangers. Line drive speared by Arias. That'll be an easy double play. 6-4 double play on the line drive. So the Rangers are down. No runs, no hits, no errors. They lead 1 after 1/2. Texas nothing. Phil's coming to bat.
I run a rental car company, and we have 14 Hyundai Accents. Customers are always telling me how much they love the Accent.
So I test drove one and I bought it.
Their 10-year and 5-year warranty definitely shows you what kind of confidence Hyundai has in their vehicles. So I went into the dealership, treated me right, gave me a great deal, walked out of there a happy man. Freedom to me means to be able to go wherever you want without any problems.
Hyundai and the Jimmy Fund, helping kids fight cancer.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming.
It's your transmission. So who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO. AAMCO.
On Sunday, May 7th, nearly 8,000 runners will take their marks in the Blue Cross Broad Street Run. Join the run or come for the fun. Call 215-563-6184 for information.
Texas did not score in the top of the first. Terry Francona's starting lineup for the Phillies as they bat in the bottom half of the first. Brought to you by Nissan. Doug Glanville, center field, leads off. Ron Gann of the left field bats second. Bobby Abreu right field hitting third. Scott Rowland third base bats fourth. Rico Brogna at first base hitting fifth. Mike Lieberthal catches batting sixth. Marlon Anderson at second base hitting seventh. Alex Arias the shortstop bats eighth. Randy Wolf pitching hitting ninth. Rangers defensively line up with Tom Evans at third. Royce Clayton shortstop. Scott Sheldon at second. David Segui at first. Bill Hasselman is the catcher. Rusty Greer in left. Ruben Mateo in center. Jason McDonald in right. And on the mound is Rick Helling, the 29-year-old right-hander.
Making his fourth start of the spring. He's 1-1 with the 5.79 earned run average, giving up a couple more hits than innings pitched. Walked 3 and struck out 9. He's 20-game winner a couple years ago, and they're really counting on this guy to solidify that rotation. They got Kenny Rogers now, and the starting rotation has been a problem for Texas. The rotation had the second highest earned run average last year in the American League.
And Kenny Rogers. They also got Darren Oliver back. Doug Glanville leads it off. Glanville hitting at .237 this spring. 1 ball and no strikes. Helling will take the ball. He led the American League in starts last year with 35 of them.
He'll pitch a lot of innings. They're 13-3 when he gets into the 7th inning. If he pitches 7 innings, 13-3 in his starts. You see Helling 5th in the league in innings pitched last year with 219 1/3. So he'll go out there and you can count on him to make his starts.
2-1 the count to Doug Glanville. Thanks for the Irish potatoes sent up by Lisa and Anthony from Brooklawn, New Jersey, enjoying Phillies spring training baseball. Chops softly. And Royce Clayton throws out Glanville. 1 down.
Second, the left fielder, number 5, Ron.
Our Toyota Phillies spring update. Phil's record is 10-8. Team batting has been good all spring. 3.09. The staff ERA you'd hope would be lower at 4.64. Roster trimmed to 37 now. 17 pitchers, 9 infielders, 4 catchers, and 7 outfielders. Phillies made a couple of spring cuts today. Steve Sparks and Kirk Bullinger were sent out. Both pitchers. Ron Gann batting at .286 this spring. Mile high pop up in the infield. Who wants it? Oh, the catcher. They're letting the catcher. They can't let the catcher take that. And David Segui fortunately did not. I mean, that is not a catcher's ball.
Ball, the wind's blowing out towards left. Tom Evans, the third baseman, came in, and it's a ball that he should be taking. It's a tougher play for Segui. You see a ball's taken off. I think it's an easier play for the third baseman coming in. There's Evans just now. He stops and looks around, and could have been trouble.
But Segui pulled him off for out number 2, and here's Bobby Abreu hitting a lusty .483. Has a 9-game hitting streak in exhibition league play. 1 strike to him. Beats the ball foul.
What a year Bobby Abreu had last year, and just a outstanding job. 335 average. The home runs, which I think the home runs are going to go up. I think the RBIs are going to go up. They just really, I mean, I'm excited that they signed him to a new contract for a few years. I see Larry Walker of Colorado easily won the batting title, and Gonzalez and Bobby Abreu and Sean Casey all kind of fought it out there for that number 2 spot. Gonzalez winning it by 1 point over Bobby.
Just missed the inside corner, 2-2. Rita and Dom Brunelli, longtime Phillies fans from Overbrook Park, are here enjoying Phillies spring training baseball and celebrating Rita's 50th birthday. Full count to Abreu. 75th birthday wishes today to Pat Anderson in Newark, Delaware, from her son Steve, who is here at Jack Russell Stadium today. Full count holds to Bobby Abreu.
What Helling likes to do, he likes to use his breaking ball. He's got a good breaking ball, and then he'll throw that high fastball, get you to chase it up high, but sometimes he misses. Last year led the American League with 41 home runs, most in the majors since 1987 when Blyleven allowed 46.
Another hit for Abreu. Scatters him in the bullpen at Texas. Ball gets caught up in the bullpen, so that'll be a double for Bobby Abreu. Does he use all of the field? He uses every inch of the field.
He really does. And it's just going to get better. I mean, he is such a good hitter. This is not a bad pitch. Looked like a fastball ran away a little bit, down and away, right on the corner, and he hits it hard right down the third baseline. Now it gets down there and everybody's scattering and came out. They don't touch it. The ball's live down there. Boy.
So Abreu is hit safely in 10 straight exhibition league games, and the batter Scott Rowland. Rowland hitting at .241. 1-0 to Rowland.
Not getting a whole lot out there. He's throwing some pretty close pitches there. Look, not missing by much.
Two nothing the count to Rowland. Send our best to Michelle Donald and Lauren Fry in Boyertown from Grandma and Grandpa Bill and Phyllis Rohrbach. Here at the ballpark this afternoon. Falling behind Rowland 3-0. Rowland not getting a lot of hits, but he is getting a lot of walks this spring. Abreu second base, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Takes that one over for a strike. Had a cut, fouled it back, a full count.
That's that high fastball that Helling likes to throw, and that one up, maybe probably wanted to get up a little higher, get Scotty to chase. Had a hack, waist high, a good pitch to hit for Scott Rowland.
Full count to Rowland. Got him with a pitch upstairs, struck him out. That'll retire the side. No runs, a hit. No errors, 1 left after 1. It's a 0-0 game.
To an engineer, it's the freedom to question everything. To a designer, it's the freedom to explore new territories. To a company, it's the freedom to search for new ideas. And to the men and women who make up that company, it's the freedom to be different.
Davis appears to have a good lie.
Yeah, the grounds crew's done a great job.
Serious about your landscape?
Choose Lawn Doctor for a rich, healthy lawn. Our patented turf tamer applies a custom blend of granular fertilizer and weed and insect controls. We also offer tree and shrub care to ensure your entire landscape looks its best. Keep your course green for less than a round of golf. Leave it to Lawn Doctor so you have time to work on other things.
Line drive hit to center field. This game is tied. Rowland's going to try for second.
Monday, April 10th at 7:05. Free rally towels courtesy of Modell's. Call 215-463-1000. The Phillies, bring it on.
Need a car? Having credit problems? Damaged credit? No credit? First-time buyer? Repossession? Divorce? Call the number on your screen, 877-958-LOAN, and we can have you driving the car of your dreams in as little as 1 hour. My name is Bill Berniker, president of the all-new Berniker Automotive. Dial the number on your screen now, 877-958-LOAN, and find out how easy it is to be approved and drive away in the car of your dreams. I guarantee. Call 877-958-LOAN. You'll be glad you did.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies. 0-0 game as we move to the second. Tom Evans, the third baseman, leads off for Texas. Came over on waivers from the Toronto Blue Jays. Pops it up. Foul, might be playable. Ooh, good play by Lieberthal. He had a long run for that ball in foul ground. Wind kind of pushed it back toward Lieberthal. One down.
You can't give up on the ball today. You don't know what it's going to do with that wind. Lieberthal, good job getting over there and staying with it.
Here's Bill Hasselman, the catcher. Hasselman hitting .263 this spring. I guess he's in a battle for that #1 catching spot with the Rangers, huh?
Yeah, it's he's got a chance, about as much chance as I do.
They have the Pudge, who is not here. Ivan Rodriguez, he's not here for this game, but boy, what a player he is.
That's about as complete as you can get. To me, him and Lieberthal, two best catchers in baseball, all around.
One and two the count to Bill Hasselman. Change-up just missed.
Looks like Randy Wolf he's slowing up a little bit on his changeup and his delivery, and it's something that you don't want to do that. You don't want to give that changeup away. It becomes an easy pitch to hit.
Well, he wanted to come inside. He didn't want to come that far inside, and that's his second hit batsman of the game.
Well, it's a good idea after a changeup away, but you come inside. I mean, that's one thing. Randy Wolf is. Now, he's not putting hitters away when he's getting ahead of them. And, I mean, this just missed by a lot. Hasselman standing a ways off the plate to start with. And there is some concern, and you look at Terry Francona there.
Here's Scott Sheldon, the second baseman. Sheldon, 31 years of age, University of Houston product, looks at a curveball for a strike. Coming off a good year with power at AAA at .311 with 28 home runs at Oklahoma. Pretty well hit to the opposite field, but Abreu makes the play near the line. Got a chance for a double play and easily doubles off Hasselman. Nice play by Abreu. It's a 9-3 double play, and that will retire the Rangers here in the second. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. Bobby Abreu displaying his strong arm. We're 0-0 going to the bottom of the second.
I don't think about my health insurance until I need it. But when I need it, I really need it. When our son Tommy's asthma got real bad, Independence Blue Cross called to tell us about their Asthma Connections program. This program helps Tommy get the care he needs. It helps him manage his symptoms to prevent future asthma attacks. Thanks to Independence Blue Cross, Tommy is leading a more active, happier life. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Asthma Connections program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
Break away from the rest of the pack with the toughest trucks on the road. Break out in a tough new F-150, now for just $199 a month. No one builds a better full-size truck than Ford F-Series, and it's just $199 a month. Get to your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
A fling with the boss's mom could get you fired.
If you're thinking of killing him, I'll have to run it by legal first.
On an all-new grown-ups.
Monday at 9 on UPN 57. Watch Malcolm and Eddie Monday nights at 9:30 on UPN 57.
After 1.5 innings of play, Phil's nothing, Texas nothing. Tomorrow night at 7 on UPN 57, Uneasy Allies turn against each other. Now only the strong will survive. Watch Star Trek Voyager tomorrow night at 7 on UPN 57. Rico Brogna leads it off for the Phillies here in the second of a 0-0 game. Fouls that one out of play. 90th birthday wishes today to Juliana Mangin of Richboro, Pennsylvania. Happy 90th. Breaking ball hit well to the opposite field, but Greer is out there and makes the play.
Batting sixth and doing the catching, number 24, Mike.
Well, last inning ended with this Bobby Abreu fly ball, and then Hasselman, for some reason, got way off the bag. He was headed to second base, whether he just misjudged it or what, but it wasn't even close, and he came up limping again.
Brings on Mike Lieberthal, hitting at 308. Aaron Foster here at the game from Lower Providence, visiting her grandparents, Nancy and Jim Foster of Jeffersonville. Lieberthal has put together his 6-game hitting streak. He had a remarkable 18-game hitting streak to finish spring training last year. There's another hit for him. If it stays fair, it is fair all the way to the corner. Mike Lieberthal will go into second base with an easy double. 7-game hitting streak now for Lieberthal.
Look like you got a pitch up there, up and a little bit in, and he just turned on it. They're at high fastball and middle of the plate. Lieberthal just got on top of it. That's really a tough pitch to get on top of. He had a top spin on it right down the line. A bullet down there.
Well, here's Marlon Anderson, who has been the center of controversy here at Exhibition League play this year at spring training. Hitting well, hitting .433. 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in, but they constantly talk about his defense.
Well, I talked with him before the game, and I said, "How you doing?" He says, "Well," he says, I've been getting bothered." And he says, the media, he kind of snapped back at him, and I think maybe made a few statements to the media that he probably shouldn't have and might have liked to have taken back. But he says, "Yeah, it bothers me. I'm hearing it all the time." And you have a tendency to get a little upset.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with him. I said, you know what, the best thing you can do is just say, I screwed up. I got to pick up my game defensively. And then they got nowhere to go. And he said, "Yeah, I understand." He said, "I had a couple guys a couple of veteran players have come up and talked to him already, and that's a good sign. You like to see that."
There's another hit for Marlon Lieberthal, rounding third. He's being waved around. The throw in is cut off. Lieberthal scores, so Marlon Anderson continues to swing the bat, and the Phillies lead it 1-0.
Well, that's what Marlon has to do. I mean, if you're not going to be If you're going to struggle or have, not be a gold glover defensively, you have to make up for it with your offense. And Marlin has been doing that this spring. He gets that high fastball. He gets on top of this, too, and hits a bullet out the center. And Mateo with a strong throw, but cut off by Segui.
And it'll bring on Alex Arias. Arias batting .182 this spring. And our best to Carl, Pat, and Pam Spawn in Boyertown. Watching the game from son Mike, Bob, and Sue McGovern, who are here at Jack Russell Stadium. Bills have a 1-0 lead.
Well, back to Marlin. I mean, when you start getting scrutinized for a certain phase of your game or for a certain facet of your game, you start to get scrutinized all the time by it. And they look for little things all the time, and it's tough to get out of.
Well hit. If it stays fair, it is pushed foul by the wind. Foul ball. Arias flirting with his second spring homer. That's where the ball will go out to the corner in left field. The wind's blowing that way, but the wind just pushed it foul.
You have to start it about left center, though, to keep it fair. Pretty good gale going.
You can kind of see why Helling was surrendered so many home runs last year. He keeps a lot of balls up. Breaking ball, 1-2. Helling actually started in the Ranger organization, a first-round draft pick in '92. Then he went over to Florida, and a good trade for Florida with Ryan Dempster for John Burkett. Dempster's a good-looking pitcher for those Marlins. And then came back here from Florida for Ed Bosberg in what was a good trade and getting him back. Looping fly ball to center field. Mateo puts it away. Arias retired 2 down, and it'll bring up Randy Wolf.
For the Phillies, the pitcher number 54, Randy Wolf.
Randy Wolf, as he stepped into the batter's box, said something to Bill Haslam. He said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with that pitch."
I think in America, you're facing an American League team, you're in spring training. I think it's not a bad thing to do. During the season, you probably wouldn't necessarily want to say anything.
Yeah, I know. During the season, you never
you
never apologized to Barry Bonds for drilling him. You never said, "Geez, Barry, I'm sorry.
So sorry.
I didn't mean to." Ball got away.
Send him a get well card.
1 ball and no strikes to Wolf, who knows how to swing the bat. He hit .233 last year. And our best to Jack Pfeiffer and Birdsboro from Betty and Judy, who are here at the ballpark this afternoon enjoying Phillies spring training baseball. Phil's lead at 1-0. We are in the second. 2 balls and a strike to Wolf.
Well, Craig Stein, the owner of the Reading Phillies, is down here enjoying some baseball this week, and he wanted to say hi to his father, Dr. E. Stein, back home.
Craig and the Reading Phils fans should have an interesting right fielder to watch this year. Eric Valent, who had 4 hits yesterday.
Yep.
While playing for the Phils. Wolf grounds out, and that will retire the side. Phils do score a run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. It's 1-0 Phillies after 2.
All right. Southbound, baby. It's time to celebrate spring break at McDonald's.
250 miles.
Because right now you can get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $2. Or 2 delicious Big Mac sandwiches for $2. Or get 1 of each. So hit the road because our 2 for $2 spring break ends March 30th.
Food, I need food.
Somebody say McDonald's.
Towering drive, deep left center field. It is out of here.
Sunday, April 16th, free Pokemon dog tags. Call 215-463-1000. The Phillies, bring it on.
I work in an operating room and sometimes it gets pretty hectic. My wife and I are expecting our first child. The last thing I need to worry about is my car. My Elantra comes with a 10-year powertrain warranty. I can rely on it. There are no worries.
Get the car Consumer's Digest named at Best Buy with Air and Power Package.
Freedom's getting behind the wheel of the car, putting the key in the ignition and going.
Get the 2000 Hyundai Elantra for only $11,799.
Well, all the fun and excitement of the Phillies home opener April 10th, 7:05. Mike Piazza and the Mets will be in Veterans Stadium. Rally towels for all fans. Compliments of Modell Sporting Goods. Catch all the action of the Phillies home opener April 10th, 7:05. Always an exciting night. Order your tickets online at Phillies.com or by phone 215-463-1000. Phone center representatives are standing by right now. April 10th, our home opener. Jason McDonald, the right fielder, leads off for Texas. McDonald signed as a free agent, originally drafted by the Oakland A's. 28-year-old, hitting at .294. He has a couple of home runs this spring. Bunt try, and it's a good one. Let it roll, and it does roll foul. Sam Garber of Clearwater here, a stadium usher, member of the Phillies staff, sends his best to his children and grandchildren in Wilmington and Newark, Delaware, watching the game. Joan Davis and Harry Templeton from Doylestown are here. Lots of Phillies fans enjoying spring training baseball here in Clearwater. And the other amenities of this great place. Golf's a foul, right field side, well out of play.
Well, this is a situation, Randy Wolf, when he's getting up there 0-2, he's getting ahead of the hitters. He's got to learn how to put these hitters away, and I think that's something that comes with experience.
Pitch comes in high, 1-2 strikes. Charlene and Arthur Bonnie Kemper of Lansdale, Pennsylvania are here. He offered, struck him right on out of there. First strikeout for Wolf, 1 down here in the third.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 32, Rick Kelly.
A good curveball here by Randy Wolf. You know, he's up to the count 1-2. You want to keep that ball down, and McDonald just couldn't hold up.
Brings on Rick Helling, the pitcher. 1 no strikes to him. Helling, lifetime of 100 hitter. Of course, American League pitchers don't swing the bat. He took a healthy cut at a high fastball, didn't get it. Ginny and Charlie Moomaw from Dauphin, Pennsylvania. Their 15th year coming to spring training. Hit the ball pretty well, but Abreu is there. Wynn knocks it down to right field. Abreu makes the play. That's 2 down.
Shortstop, Royce Clayton.
Next telecast will be on Saturday, 25th, against those Boston Red Sox, and we'll be televising on Comcast Sportsnet on the 1st against the Chicago White Sox. And it'll be at Las Vegas, Nevada. And we'll be in Seattle to see their new ballpark against the Mariners on Sunday the 2nd on UPN 57. And the opening of the season against Randy Johnson and the Diamondbacks on the 4th April 4th at 10 p.m. Here's Royce Clayton. Pretty well hit to right center, but the wind will keep that one in the park. Caught by Glanville, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Phillies.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Lease a Camry CE now for just $239 a month, 36 months, $2,300 due at signing, plus taxes and fees. Your new beginning is here. It's gonna be a the Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Good evening, folks.
Hold the door, hold the door. Hey, hold that elevator. Hold it. One more. Whoa. Hey, open the door. Somebody get that, please. People, somebody press the button. Frank, come on, I can see you in there. Please open the door. Hey. Come on, we're reasonable people here. Hey, look. That's my Bud Light. Come on.
Hit it, Frank.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
I can't shake them. Is this going on?
Make it a Bud Light.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers and by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Well, we have a change for the Texas Rangers. B.J. Vasquez coming on to catch.
You could see the last inning that Bill Hasselman having trouble just getting down in his squat with that right knee after being hit by Randy Wolf. So Vasquez will come in and take over.
1-0 Phillies, bottom of the third. Leading off for the Phils will be Doug Glanville. Doug grounded to short his first time up. Al Sandlin and Danny Johnson of Delaware County here for Phillies spring training. One strike to Glanville. Send our best to Earl Newhart from his grandson Timmy Krause, who's here from Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. Pops a foul, coming back. Vasquez gives chase, but it's out of play.
And Larry Feldman is here visiting from Philadelphia. Good friend that always shows up at the vet and get to see him a lot. Want to say hi to all his friends and families back home watching in Philadelphia.
One and two to Doug Glanville. Bills 1-0. That's well struck. Greer back there, can't get it over his head. One hopping off the fence. A line drive double off the bat of Doug Glanville.
Well, you said it, Harry. You can see why he gives up home runs and long balls. He just continues to get that ball up. That's part of his game, but sometimes he leaves it up in a bad spot. Doug Glanville, who loves the fastball up and in, and he gets his pitch right there and hits a bullet left center. And no chance out there for Rusty Greer, as that ball just was scalded, and might have had a little help getting out there from the wind, even though it was a line drive.
Brings on Ron Gant. Gant fists it to the second baseman. Gant was trying to hit the ball to the right side, move the runners up. He did hit it the right side, but he wanted to hit it on the ground or on a line. pops it up for out number 1.
It looked like it just got in on Ronnie a little bit there. He's not happy with that. It's, you know, if you get the guy over, you give up an at bat, it's fine. But when you give up an at bat and you don't advance the guy, it bothers you. He's not happy with that right there.
Here's Bobby Abreu. Bobby doubled his first time up. One strike to him. And our best to Betty Cooter watching back in the Philadelphia area from her sons Jay and Bob, who are here today. And our best to Lynn and Liz in Spring City from Judy, Georgia, and Joe and Royersford, who are here today.
Oh, Mateo really moved in now in center field. He is really shallow.
Yeah, ground ball or line drive base hit there. Might be tough to score Glanville despite his speed, but also he's certainly gambling because Abreu is capable of knocking that ball well over his head.
Yes, he is. He's given up a lot of room out there. You see from that angle, you can really see how shallow he is. Rusty Greer about 15 feet from the warning track. Mateo probably about 115.
Send along our very best today to Foster Mears and Carmen DeNovi, two great Phillies employees. And under the weather, our thoughts and prayers are with Foster and Carmen. God bless you. We love you.
Ditto.
There's the base hit to center field we were talking about, and Vukovic has to stop, has to hold Glanville at third because he was playing so shallow.
Well, it's exactly right. Now, if he gets that ball up in the air, Bobby might circle the bases, but Mateo took that chance and it paid off. Bobby just hits a bullet right here. Just nice extension, nice finish on that, but a rocket there. I mean, he was shallow enough. He had thoughts of coming in and making a catch. Glanville, he sees it's a line drive. It's going to be a base hit, but as he rounds third, Vukovic has no choice but to hold him there.
And it'll bring on Scott Rowland, who struck out his first time up. One ball and no strikes to Rowland. Rowland has struggled a little bit this spring. He had 1 3-hit game, but went 1 for his first 12. Took a breaking ball for a called strike. Upstairs for a ball, 2-1.
Helling does a pretty good job of holding the runners. He had the most caught stealing in the American League last year and the 4th lowest stolen base percentage allowed. Of course, I'm sure Pudge has a little something to do with that. The catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. You don't want to run a whole lot anyway. Helling does not look all that quick to the plate, so you have to say, well, sure Pudge has a lot to do with that.
There goes the runner. No throw. Abreu steals second base.
Stolen base number 3 for Abreu.
27 last year for Bobby. And he should improve upon that.
It's fouled out of play.
There's a pitch, a fastball, 3-1 count, and Scott Rowland gets a fastball he wants, and it's not a situation you should be hitting a ball over the right side on that. I mean, fouling off to the right side, it's almost like he's just not getting in position to pull the trigger when he gets his pitch.
Fouls that one out of play. Still 3-2. Phillies here trying to halt a 3-game losing streak since the off day on Wednesday. I don't think it's just coincidental that this losing streak started with the arrival of Debbie Nocito.
That's something to do with it.
Wow. Rolen is struggling. That's the second time he has struck out number 2, and he has punched out quite a bit this spring.
Well, what happens is 2 pitches ago he got a pitch to hit in his favor, and then Helling makes another pretty good pitch, the pitch before this one, on a fastball, and then here he makes a real good pitch. And what happens when you're struggling, when you're getting your pitch, you're not hitting it, and that's exactly what's happening to Scott Rolen.
It's 11 strikeouts and 31 at bats this spring.
Not good.
No. 1 ball and no strikes. Rico Brognu lined out to left his first time up. Two nothing the count to Rico. Philly runners are at second and third. 2 down here in the third. Phil's leading at 1-0. Played off the high pitch. 3 balls and no strikes to Brognu. We'll see if he gets a green light here. He probably will.
I would think so.
Bill Hasselman left the game after being hit on the right knee by a pitch. The diagnosis is a bruised right knee. It's listed as day-to-day.
He had a light and he rips it just fair down the right field line. 2 runs are going to score. Brognu to second with a double, and the Phillies take a 3-0 lead here in the third inning.
And much to Rico Brognu's delight, the pitcher Rick Helling made a mistake there. I mean, you got to assume as a pitcher you got a 3-0 count. You can't throw a cookie in there. He's just trying to throw a fastball for a strike. He makes middle in about thigh high. A terrible pitch by Rick Helling, and Rico makes him pay, knocks in a couple.
So it's a 3-0 Phil's lead. It'll bring up Mike Lieberthal, who doubled and scored a run his first time up. 1 strike to Lieberthal.
Now, getting back to Scott Rolen, too, struggling, or anybody in spring training struggling, it's a little tougher to get out of it because you're not playing every day. You're not getting as many at bats.
That's well struck to left, but Greer is there and makes the play. That'll retire the side. Phil's got 2 in the inning. 3 hits, no errors, leaving 1. Chris Wheeler joins Larry Anderson in the 4th after 3. 3-0 Phillies.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
Need a car? Having credit problems? Damaged credit? No credit? First-time buyer? Repossession? Divorce? Call the number on your screen, 877-958-LOAN, and we can have you driving the car of your dreams in as little as 1 hour. My name is Bill Berniker, president of the all-new Berniker Automotive. Dial the number on your screen now, 877-958-LOAN, and find out how easy it is to be approved and drive away in the car of your dreams. I guarantee. Call 877-958-LOAN. You'll be glad you did.
Look, I don't think about my health insurance until I need it. And I needed it big time when my husband Brian was diagnosed with heart disease. Independence Blue Cross called us about their Cardiac Connections program when they saw Brian had a heart condition. Working with our doctor, a case manager from Blue Cross, helps Brian stay active and reduce his chances for future heart attacks. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Cardiac Connections program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
See why being a spy is a very cool job.
Are you using the fiber scan to see me naked?
Don't be ridiculous. On an all-new secret agent man.
Tuesday night at 8 on UPN 57.
Bring it on. One of the hottest lineups in the National League. The Phillies will take on some of the hottest stars in the major leagues. That's how about Ken Griffey Jr., Mark McGwire, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Sammy Sosa, many more. Make your plans now and don't miss out for some great baseball action just around the corner. You can call for your tickets 215-463-1000 or online anytime at Phillies.com. Don't delay. The phone center representatives are available right now to take your order.
You're watching UPN 57, WPSG TV in Philadelphia.
David Segui as we go to the fourth inning. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network. Rusty Greer popped up to Scott Rowland his first time up. This guy is a hit machine, a 300 lifetime hitter in the American League and a pretty good outfielder.
Well, he's just a solid ball player. I mean, he's a hitter. He's the type of guy who can shoot the ball to left, center. And if you make a mistake down and in, he's got the popper. He can hit it out too. And just a really solid guy that you really appreciate when you watch him every day.
Hard to believe his plate coverage, Andy, as far as he stands off the plate. Look at the wind taking this thing. Ron Gant makes the play at the warning track. One away as the wind blew that one way out to left field.
Center fielder Ruben Mateo.
Jim and Barbara Halleckman attending the game right there. Our associate producer, Jeff Halleckman's mom and dad down here enjoying the ball game. Looks like Jeff got them pretty good seats.
I think somebody else got those. Jeff's were out in the bleachers. They went and moved. They went and bought some.
Tough to get a bad seat here at Jack Russell, Andy. You really got to be in trouble to get a bad seat in this place. Ruben Mateo, the batter. Got hit by a pitch his first time up. It's a rocket past Marlon Anderson into right field. We'll see how they score it. And of course the white hot spotlight continues on Marlon Anderson. That was a BB, but a lot of times you got to make that play.
Well, you do. I mean, it's something I've seen other plays that pop up yesterday. I could say, yeah, you got to make that play. This one here, I'm a firm belief when I was pitching, never getting in the way of anything that the center fielder could get. I mean, that was a rocket.
Really? I mean, you have to call it a hard shot. It was. And they're going to score at a base hit. So that's the first hit of the game for the Rangers. Their fourth base runner, 2 walks and a hit batter mixed in there as Ruben Mateo goes back to first base. Ruben Mateo is a heck of a prospect. David Segui playing his first game now for the Rangers after that 3-way deal the other day. Switch hitter. Lined into a double play his first time up. And the pitch is outside from Wolf for a ball.
I think that was a change up there, and it's about the third one I've seen Randy Wolf throw that he's slowed up his delivery on.
And that, of course, is a dead giveaway to a hitter.
And what it does, too, by slowing up your delivery, you change your release point. It's tougher to throw a strike with it.
Ground ball hit foul down the third base line. Well, we watched Mark Portugal yesterday down in Sarasota. It was one of the great change-ups, and the key to that being his arm speed never varies.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a fastball, and I think there's a couple ways you can do it. One is you can leave that back foot on the rubber when you throw it, and I always try to tell pitchers when I was coaching them, don't think changeup, because you want to slow up automatically. Think fastball. Throw your changeup as hard as you can and work back from that.
Inside. One thing he's done today and tried to do it would appear is pitch inside a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's his bread and butter. I think he's got to pitch inside. Randy Wolf has more trouble throwing to the outside part of the plate to right-handers than he does to the inside part.
Move over to first back in time, Mateo. Yeah, and when you do that, a lot of times you're going to leave that ball in that happy zone.
Well, you're more susceptible to the long ball to getting hurt pitching inside. I mean, Lefty was one of those guys, Steve Carlton, who says, I'm not throwing a fastball inside. I'll throw my fastball away and I'll throw my breaking ball inside. But he didn't believe in pitching inside part of the plate.
Our good buddy Johnny Padres, who was here for so long, had that philosophy all the time, was pitch away from the bat.
Yeah.
He did not want that ball anywhere near the bat. He wanted you to pitch away as much as possible. Occasionally come inside, but only really to set up the pitch away.
I think anymore, though, you get so many guys. I mean, you can't throw inside so much. You get so many guys wearing those big arm pads and things like that. It's made it tougher.
That was a hanging breaking ball. Back goes Gann at the wall, and he makes the play. Got away with one there. 2 outs.
It's another pitch, his curveball there, that he just slowed up on. And you're going to get hurt. If these hitters, it's almost like telling them, it's like batting practice. Well, here, I'm going to throw you a breaking ball. And that's what he does in his delivery. And Randy Wolf knows it. He just kind of, just see how he kind of just lobs that ball up there. It's what we call just trying to guide the ball. That's what you call when you're pitching. You're trying to guide the ball. You have to throw it.
And that ball just comes up there spinning. There's a fastball, misses. Tom Evans, the batter, the third baseman, who we saw a lot over the years in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, and he is going to be their third baseman, it would appear. Todd Zeile was there for a number of years, and he, of course, is now with the Mets. 1-0. Pop up, right side. The wind will blow this one back. Anderson and Abreu, and Marlon Anderson makes the play, and that'll do it. No runs and a hit, one man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Phillies 3 and the Rangers nothing.
Dang me, dang me. They ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Woman, would you weep for me? Dang me.
You can never be too prepared. That's why Pico Energy has hundreds of emergency response people on call. Because in a pinch, it's good to have backup. Pico Energy, no doubt about it.
Welcome to Nissan's tournament event. Your chance to slam dunk a deal on some of the auto industry's best performers. Like the Nissan Altima, now available with 3.9% APR financing for 5 years. A savings of up to $1,500. Plus, get $1,400 cash back for a final savings of up to $2,900. Or get the Xterra, the Nissan Freshman that's already nabbed Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year award. Don't miss this one, folks. The tournament event with up to $2,900 in Altima savings ends March 31st.
Jump! Well, who's talking? Negotiator?
Nah, talking to Mike.
Dorigan? Oh, this guy's chop suey.
The executive producer of Homicide and Oz would like to welcome you to The Beat.
I'm done with this white trash excuse for a police department. I gotcha.
When they're off duty, things get really out of hand.
Oh my.
You're home early.
The Beat.
Premieres Tuesday at 9 on UPN 57.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Get great deals on the Nissan Pathfinder during Nissan's tournament event. It ends on March 31st.
Well, Marlon Anderson yesterday down in Sarasota had some problems defensively. A double play, hard hit ball. Desi gets it to him right there. The base runner's kind of coming down on him, but you still got to turn that double play. That cost a run, and then an easy pop up that Marlon, I think, just took his eyes off a little bit right at the last minute. But he's been doing it offensively, and I think that's, if he's going to struggle defensively, he better really put up some numbers offensively, which he has been doing. And today, 2 for 3, got that RBI, scored a run. And yesterday.
And a fastball over for a strike. Well, you know, we keep talking about the spotlights on this guy, and what's just going to be?
Well, when there's talk about you in a certain area that is not up to par, I think it's a lot easier to look at a player and try and be critical and scrutinize a lot more than if, and you get that reputation, people will watch for it.
Well, I think another thing too, Andy, is this team, their lineup's pretty good. So the attention is away from everybody else, and it's on the alleged weak link.
Right.
And it just gets a life of its own after a while.
Yep. Right.
You get all the media down here. That nothing's going on, so you might as well go after this. Now we'll see what happens with Marlon Anderson, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't do a lot to take the spotlight off him.
No, and that's, I think he, talking to him before the game, and saying, you have to deal with the media. He has a good pitch there and fouls it back.
Yeah,
but
he got a little short with him yesterday, and you can understand that because everybody gets tired of the same stuff over and over. But in his case, I think he almost has to sweet talk him a little bit.
And I said almost exactly that to him before the game, Wills. I said, don't let them get to you. They're going to keep coming at you. But I said, once you just say, hey, I didn't do it, but you didn't do it there.
Well, he got a pretty good breaking ball in the outside corner from Helling. That's one of the best pitches he's thrown all day. A hot new item this season, a pair of Pokemon dog tags featuring Pikachu. Pikachu. I knew that. And the Phillies 2000 logo. Free for all fans 14 and under. The first Sunday home game of the season, April 16th at 1:35. That's Pikachu.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
How'd you know that?
I know that. Pokemon, I've seen the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
I'd maybe at least have a Pikachu toy for Bogey.
Smash in the left field by Alex Arias. A base hit for Alex, who just missed a home run his last time up.
Pitcher Randy Wolf.
You know what Bogey would do with a Pokemon toy?
It's a bird. Pikachu is a bird.
I know, but parrots have a tendency to destroy those kind of things.
Well,
maybe we'll give him one. It's fun to watch him do that stuff. Here's Randy Wolf, probably up there to bunt. He hit a hard ground ball to second his last time up.
Billy Wagner.
Helling will have just one play. Sacrifice, scored 1-4 as Scott Sheldon, the second baseman, covers. Wolfie gets the job done. 2 away. Into scoring position goes Alex Arias.
Hey, good job by Randy Wolf. Good position, good form. Gets down there, gets those knees bent, and levels that bat out. A nice little drop down bunt there. Get the job done.
Good job by Randy Wolf, and Doug Glanville will bat. Doug is grounded to short, doubled to left, and scored a run. Dougie's hit safely now in 10 out of 12. Scored 7 runs. As he's did a lot of that last year, of course, in the top of the lineup. Phillies had a very productive offensive lineup. Glanville, Gant scored quite a few runs. Brown waits on deck. Phillies lead this one 3-0. We're in the 4th from blustery Jack Russell Memorial Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Temperature was in the mid 70s when it started. It says 72 out there right now. Threat of rain later on today. Well, this game almost official, so we should be okay. Two balls and no strikes, and Doug takes it high. 3-0. This Helling has thrown a lot of high pitches today, and he's paid for it.
Well, he lives up there. 41 home runs last year. Led the American League. As I said earlier, the most since Bert Blyleven in '87. A lot of home runs.
You throw that many high pitches, you're going to throw a lot of long balls.
Especially over in that league.
Over for a strike. You can see he's pretty effective. I mean, he threw Roland a nasty 3-2 pitch down and struck him out, but he hasn't got many balls down today.
Well, he changes the plane. He does it every now and then. He'll go down, down, and then up, or up, and then down. But he uses both sides of the play. He's got a good breaking ball.
3-1, and Doug fouls it down the right field line. Long run, Segui out of play. The thing about Helling, when you look at his numbers, he is an inning eater for them. He's pitched over 200 the last couple years, and I mean, general managers just love these guys.
Yeah. And also his 35 starts led the league, and so you know he's going to go out there and take the ball. He's going to get his starts. You don't have to worry about him missing a turn or two.
Full count now on Doug Glanville. Arias at second and 2 outs. A breaking ball hammered to third. And Evans just tags Arias coming by for the final out of the inning. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. We're through 4 from Clearwater, Florida.
Great way to entertain clients, reward your employees. Enjoy the
Line drive hit to center field. This game is tied. Roland's going to try for second.
Monday, April 10th at 7:05. Free rally towels courtesy of Modell's. Call 215-463-1000. The Phillies, bring it on.
I don't think about my health insurance until I need it. But when I need it, I really need it. When our son Tommy's asthma got real bad, Independence Blue Cross called to tell us about their Asthma Connections program. This program helps Tommy get the care he needs. It helps him manage his symptoms to prevent future asthma attacks. Thanks to Independence Blue Cross, Tommy is leading a more active, happier life. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Asthma Connections program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
The new Chrysler cars are changing the way people behave. And this spring, we're making it easier to own one with 0.9 financing for up to 60 months on any new 2000 Chrysler for over $5,000 in finance savings on select models.
That's the third time they've washed mine.
See your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
After 4 innings of play, the Phils 3, the Rangers nothing. Tuesday night at 9 on UPN 57 from the producers of Homicide and Oz come the show TV Guide, picked as one of the 3 mid-season shows to watch. Don't miss the series premiere of The Beat Tuesday night at 9 on UPN 57. Rob Ducey comes into the ball game, replaces Doug Glanville in center field. He'll bat first. And this is B.J. Wasgas, the catcher. He came into the game after Hassel got hit with that pitch. Turned out he got hit on the knee and had to leave. He skies one down the first baseline. The wind's bringing it back. It's going to be playable. Enrico Bronya, good play. That ball was about 30 feet foul when it started, and it blew back fair.
And I think Lieberthal is happy Bronya was there, because that was going to be a tough play. I mean, Lieberthal does a good job getting over there, and you don't want to take your eye off it, but once he hears Bronya call it, I'm sure there's a sigh of relief coming from Lieberthal.
Yeah, catchers don't want those things. Scott Sheldon, the batter, the second baseman, he flied into a double play his first time up when Hasselman, we mentioned, gotten hit by a pitch, got to wandering off first base for some reason. Pitch from Wolf comes inside, ball 1. Randy's only given up 1 hit thus far, and that was a ball that was smoked by Marlon Anderson into right field. He has walked 1 and hit 2 batters. Randy Wolf's one of those kids you root for. I mean, he's got a great personality, he really fits in well, and has a lot of ability. And you know, as you said in the opening, I mean, he just has to understand he's in a do or die battle here to make this rotation. Popped up foul out of play.
I see Lieberthal giving him, give him targets like little signs of encouragement for him, and I think that helps too. I mean, and I think Randy Wolf is starting to listen to Lieberthal, and I think he struggled doing that a little bit last year and got himself in trouble.
2 balls and 1 strike. Hard ground ball to short. Arias has it on a couple hops, and Alex throws out. Sheldon 2 away.
Right fielder Jason McDowell.
Well, Wolf, he's done a good job. And I still think you have to attribute a lot of that to Lieberthal, not just today, but overall. He's going to help him. Look at that, 1 hit in the 4 2/3, only 1 walk. He's hit a couple, but that's coming inside. One was a breaking ball, got away from him. The other one, fastball, got away. But I don't have a problem with him hitting guys as long as he's using both sides of the plate, trying to get ahead and putting guys away.
This will be a quick inning for him as Alex gobbles that one up, throws him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Phils with a 3-0 lead.
Spring event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Lease the versatile RAV4 now for just $249 a month. 36 months, $2,300 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Your new beginning is here. The Blue Sky Spring event at your Toyota dealer.
All right. Southbound, baby.
It's time to celebrate spring break at McDonald's.
250 miles.
Because right now you can get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $2. Or 2 delicious Big Mac sandwiches for $2. Or get 1 of each. So hit the road because our 2 for $2 spring break ends March 30th.
Food, I need food.
Somebody say McDonald's.
The Parkers strike it rich and everyone's cashing in.
I am your friend. Doesn't that count for something? Well, here's a nickel.
Monday at 8:30 on UPN 57.
Time now for our Dodge Stump the Experts trivia question submitted by Marshall and Evan Riskin of Orlando, Florida. Texas's Rafael Palmeiro led the American League in hits in the decade of the 90s. We want to know who led the major leagues in hits in the 90s. Rafael Palmeiro led the American League, but who led the major leagues? We'll think that one over. Here's Randy Wolf. 5 good innings so far today.
What a great last inning. I think one thing, seeing him 5 innings, looks like he might be done, is somebody's throwing down there in the bullpen, Carlos Reyes, or they might let him go, but I'm not real sure what the plan is, if he's going 5 or more, depending on his pitch count. But he had a quick last inning.
Right. That's Carlos Reyes out in the bullpen. They might decide, well, we'll see. I mean, they could conceivably take him out and let him feel good about things. Ron Gant, the batter. Happy 21st birthday to twins Darren and Michelle Check of Yardley, Pennsylvania, from Mom and Dad. And hi to Bunny Brodsky, wife of our good friend Frank Brodsky. Frank here at the ball game, recovering from a virus. Hope she feels better soon. Outside. He's playing. He said left. Yeah, Greer's alligator. That's Sheldon. Scott Sheldon moved to left field. I want to see if we can take a shot of him there so you can see how deep he is. I mean, he's plastered up against that wall. Look at this. That's deep. Edwin Diaz has come into the game to play second base as Rusty Greer is now out of the game. And there's Diaz at second base. And Ron Gant draws a walk.
Right fielder Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu will bat. He's had another good ball game. A 10-game hitting streak for Bobby. Coming into the game batting .483. He's doubled, singled, and scored a run. Scott Rowland waits on deck, then Rico Brogna to follow. Rick Helling's first pitch is on the outside corner, a strike. Phillies have a few guys throwing down there. I saw Chris Pritchett warming up, so possibly Brogna could get an at-bat in this inning and then take the rest of the afternoon off. Phillies will be embarking on a 2-day road trip to the East Coast following today's game. Over to Jupiter. There goes Gant. He got a running jump. Look at this. Ball's hit right to second, out at second, out at first. Gant broke on that play, and Abreu hit a BB up the middle right to Royce Clayton, who somehow steps on the bag in a 6-3 double play.
And it's another base hit for Bobby Abreu if Gant isn't going. There's no chance that Clayton gets this ball. It's a smoked. I mean, but he's right there. Now you see that ball's hit on a rocket, and he just barely got Gant. That tells you what kind of jump Gant had on this. Ronnie didn't know what to do. He got there. He's like, what happened?
That was a really athletic play, too, by Royce Clayton to get on the bag and then dug out of the dirt by Segui, who's really good over at first. What a double play that was. Phillies hit into 6 of them yesterday. 5 grounded intos. But Bobby Abreu with another BB. Rowland struck out twice in this game, and he's 0-2 right now. Struck out on a high fastball and looked like a sinker down and away his last time up. Going to come inside, and he gets jammed. Fly ball, shallow center field. Ruben Mateo the play, and quickly go the Phillies in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Still 3-0 Phils.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
Now get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months on Dodge Caravan, the most innovative, most imitated, most trusted minivan on the road. 0.9 could save you over $4,600. High interest? low interest. Interested? Better hurry. Dodge Caravan. Different.
Uneasy allies
We didn't ask to come aboard this ship.
turn against each other.
There's the Starfleet way, and there's the Maquis way.
But this conflict will be settled one way
I order all of you to stay where you are. We're leaving.
or another.
A crash course in Starfleet operations.
And only the strongest will survive.
Don't worry, Tuvok. I'll tell them to take it easy on you.
On the next Star Trek Voyager.
Tomorrow at 7 on UPN 57.
Line drive hit to center field. This game is tied. Rowland's going to try for second.
Monday, April 10th at 7:05. Free rally towels courtesy of Modell's. Call 215-463-1000. The Phillies, bring it on.
Our thanks to Marshall and Evan Raskin from Orlando, Florida for our Dodge Stump the Experts trivia question. Rafael Palmeiro led the American League in hits in the decade of the 90s, but who led the major leagues in hits in the 90s?
My first thought was that John Costa, but then I thought, no, there's Tony Gwynn, and then I thought, well, no, it might have been Mark Grace.
Oh, it is Mark Grace.
It is?
It is Mark Grace. That was going to be we actually knew one. Mark Grace of the Cubs, 1,754 hits in the 90s. Second was Rafael Palmeiro. Changes for the Phillies, Kevin Jordan at third base as John Shave comes out as a pinch hitter for Rick Helling, and Pat Burrell moves into the game to play left field. John Shave will bat for Helling. Shave we saw a few years ago up here in a game with I believe with the Minnesota Twins. He played for them. Beaten foul down the third base line into the Rangers bullpen. So Shave the batter. And that'll do it for Helling, who goes 5 innings, 3 runs on 7 hits. And there's some Phillies fans here in Clearwater and a souvenir for that little girl inside. 2-1 from Randy Wolf, who is working into the 6th inning. Shave swing and a foul tip held on to by Lieberthal on a high fastball. Levy fires it into center field. And they're going to get a new baseball out there for Randy Wolf. Shave, and then the top of the order, Royce Clayton, the shortstop, and then Edwin Diaz, who's now in Rusty Greer's spot and playing at second base. There's John Shave in spring training, .462 batting average. Ooh, a little low. Helen and Harry Reese, formerly from Lower Bucks County, want to say hi to family and friends back in the area. A lot of people come down here and enjoy this beautiful community for spring training games and other activities. Fly ball foul out of play. She probably like that Pokemon thing, huh?
Pikachu.
That is Kevin Jordan's family coming into the ballpark. His daddy just got into the ball game, Nina. And I believe it's Kevin Jr. There's a walk. Ball 4, the second walk of the game. Issued by Wolf. There's KJ. Still the best place to get your Phillies information is Phillies.com, a brand new look that's easier to get around. You need to show some Phillies colors. Order your goodies at Phillies.com. And don't forget, you can order tickets anytime online at Phillies.com. It's a new look. Phillies.com. Just log on and check it out. Can't wait to get home and see what they've done to that website here. It's really nice and has received quite a few hits. It's all that computer talk now. Where'd you get those glasses?
I think my mom sent them to me.
St. Patrick's Day glasses. 2 balls and no strikes now on Clayton, who has walked and flied out. Really like to see Randy Wolf have a strong inning here. As we mentioned, he went through 5 and he probably felt pretty good about himself. And you like to keep it that way. Over. 2-1 to Clayton, former #1 pick of the San Francisco Giants. Also played for the Cardinals. Came over here in that deal in which Fernando Tatis went to the Redbirds. fly ball foul down the right field line. That thing's going to blow back, but not enough. And it's grabbed by Carlos Reyes as it bounces out of play. There's a Phillies fan down there with his Scott Rowland jersey. And a look in the Phillies bullpen. Tom Prince, Fausto Tejero taking a break from warming up pitchers. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Clayton. And Wolf with a move over to first. What kind of moves he had?
Hey, it's not a great move. You know, right there he just tried to go real quick, but it's a kind of a dead giveaway. What you want to do is have your delivery to first. I mean, have your delivery to the plate look just like you're going to first or vice versa.
Beaten foul. One thing he does seem to do pretty well is hold runners on with his move to the plate because it's quick.
Yeah, he does. Even for a left, I mean, left-hander can either be quick or he can be very deliberate where you can't get a real good jump. Randy Wolf goes with the quick move, and it's tough to get a jump off him.
Well, you saw that graphic we had there, 0 for 1 on base stealers, so not that many guys ran.
Yeah, they're not. There's no attempts.
And we go again to Clayton. A little chopper to the new third baseman Jordan. Kevin throws him out. 1 away. John Shave moves into second base. So a nice play by KJ. No matter where they put him, he does a good job.
That was a nice play because if he goes down and catches that in his glove, he doesn't get in there and get it. It's a base hit by Clayton. He comes in, bare hands it, gets rid of it in a hurry. Nice job, and just gets him by a step.
A lot tougher play to make on grass and dirt too, as opposed to turf, because it's going to jump up a little funkier.
Yeah, you're not on grass. You're not quite sure where it's going to go when it comes up too.
Edwin Diaz, a new second baseman, the batter. This is a spot that was occupied by Rusty Greer, who was 0 for 2. Greer had a little bit of problem with an ankle and was sent back to Texas for some x-rays, and they feel that he's going to be okay, but they're only going to give him 2 at-bats today and get him out of there. A little bit low, 2-0. Diaz was in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, was released by them in December of '99, signed by Texas on the 20th of December. Fouled straight back. Got into 4 games with Arizona last year and batted .400, 2 for 5, but played most of the year at Tucson, where he hit .311. 11 homers, 50 runs batted in. Was originally signed by Texas. There's Johnny Oates, their manager, former Phil. 3-1. Looks like he's laboring a little bit here in this 6th inning. Is Randy Wolf. Fly ball right center field. Rob Ducey, Bobby Abreu. Ducey, the center fielder, is there, puts it away, 2 outs. And Ruben Mateo will bat.
Center fielder Ruben Mateo.
It's a huge deal. Juan Gonzalez traded to Detroit in a 9-player deal. Texas acquiring, see, Francisco Cordero. Justin Thompson's a good-looking pitcher, although he's been injured a little bit lately. Allen Webb. And now they're going to take Randy Wolf out of the ballgame and bring Carlos Reyes in. So Randy Wolf will leave feeling pretty good, I would think, Andy.
Oh, he's got to. I mean, he went out there. He struggled this spring. I think he realized, hey, I got to go out there. I got to do something. I got to show these guys something. And he did just that today. 1 hit and almost 6 innings, and just a nice job for him.
2 walks and a strikeout as he will depart. The runner on second, his responsibility. So Randy Wolf with a good outing this afternoon. Carlos Reyes in the game. We'll be right back.
Your attention, please.
I started looking at the Toyota Camry, the Volkswagen Jetta. The Sonata had a lot more to offer. This was the most unbelievable warranty I'd ever heard of.
10-year, 100,000-mile on the drivetrain.
Everything is just so well done.
Has the air conditioning, standard feature, cruise control.
The best value that's out there on the market.
I plan on keeping this one for a long time.
The Hyundai Sonata comes with the Freedom of America's best warranty for only $15,499.
What a nice job by Randy Wolf today. I think really, turned things around this spring. As Francona went out there, I think, gave him a little pep talk, a little pat on the back of the neck and back, and I think Randy Wolf's got to feel good about what he did today.
Yeah, there's his line. You can see when Tito went out there, he said good job to him, and Wolfie wanted to just hand him the ball and run off like you're supposed to. Terry wanted to give him a little more encouragement. He didn't let him go.
Right, which is good. Francona's very good with that.
Well, he's happy to see that kid pitch well, too.
I think, that has something to do with it, too.
Makes the manager feel pretty good. Mateo, the batter, he was hit by a pitch, and then he has the only hit in the game. That was that smash under the glove of Anderson at second base back in the 4th inning. Carlos Reyes, the pitcher, the veteran right-hander out of Miami, Florida, makes his home now in Tampa. 2-0. He's done a good job this spring. I mean, the ERA is a high ERA, but this guy can strike you out. Look at that, 7 strikeouts and no walks.
That's impressive.
Got a tremendous changeup. There it is. Throws a 2-0, and you see that Mateo swings and misses. When you throw a changeup the way that the Reyes does, can you get left-handed hitters out just as well as right-handed hitters?
I think that's one of the reasons why I don't think the Phillies are as concerned with keeping 2 left-handers in the bullpen. If it comes down to that, they've got Scott Aldred has been one left-hander that they seem to be pretty certain will be there, but Reyes can get left-handers or right-handers out.
Wow. Misses low, 3-1. Brian Ward's done a nice job in spring training. His mom and dad are here down from South Jersey. I met them yesterday, and are they ever excited to be in the area and see their son in a Phillies uniform?
Oh, he's done a super job. I mean, the Phillies will have, Francona and the coaching staff will have some decisions to make.
Change up, and he missed with it, so he walks Ruben Mateo. 2 on and 2 outs for David Segui. Will turn around and bat left-handed.
Yeah, Brian Ward has done an excellent job. Pitched yesterday, just watch him throwing that sinker, getting ground ball after ground ball, and just has done a real nice job for him. They'll have some decisions to make, though, at the end of spring training with that bullpen and
it's always better,
what
Andy,
they're going to do.
It's always better, Andy, to have those kind of decisions than the one where you're just taking people as a mercy booking.
That's for sure.
There's Terry Francona. Mark Anderson, Phil's trainer, sitting beside him. Segui lined into a double play, and he's flied to left. Low ball 1. Much traveled, David Segui, but a good player. Rumors that the Mets might try to pick him up after Olerud went to Seattle as a free agent, but they wound up picking up Todd Zeile and turning him into a first baseman. Over for a strike. There's Chad Curtis, who came over here from the New York Yankees. Darren Oliver as a free agent. Kenny Rogers, of course, was with the Mets for part of last season, and now Segui in a trade. So Texas is a very different looking club. They wanted to change their club around to Johnny Oates because they can't beat the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yep, that's what it is. They got Oliver back, who they had before. It was in St. Louis last year.
Hit the deep right field. It is a foul ball as David Segui got all over that down and in pitch, and he killed that thing to get it out that far with that wind blowing in.
I'm telling you, it's probably not gailing quite as much as it was earlier, but still, I mean, it's coming straight in from right field. He's trying to go inside, and it's pretty much where Lieberthal had his glove. I don't know, maybe they ought to rethink if they want to pitch him there.
Never seen many left-handed hitters that didn't like a down and in pitch.
Barry Bonds might be one that doesn't handle that as well as almost every other left-hander, but there's very few of them.
They want it right there.
Yep.
Now he goes away from him. Like, I ain't going to go in that hot spot again. 1-2. 2 on, 2 outs. Phillies lead at 3-0. We are in the 6th inning. Mike Lieberthal all the way behind the plate for the Phils. wild pitch. Both runners will move up.
Oh, he was sitting outside there. Lieberthal tried to scoot over and get that glove down and just couldn't quite get there. I mean, this ball's way over in the, see where he tries to get that glove down, and you know, you're in an awkward position. He pretty much did everything he could. I think his best chance might have been to backhand it, but you know, the way that ball's with coming out as a changeup, you're hoping it'll spin back to where you're coming from.
Well, and he was set up. He was set
way
up.
outside.
You know, I mean, when your pitcher misses a spot by that much,
well, it's do or die.
You're really going to have trouble blocking that ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Did it again. So the Rangers will be on the board on back-to-back wild pitches by Reyes. Showed you the numbers on Reyes. He had not walked the batter this spring, and he's had really good control. But this one just slips. It looked like a changeup.
Oh, it's almost identical to the other one. And again, Lieberthal tries to go over and block it. It's almost impossible. The only chance you might have is to try and throw a backhand out there.
You see the score now, 3-1 in favor of the Phillies. And the Rangers with a runner at third as Shave scored on the play, and Mateo moved over to third. And Segui strikes out on a changeup, a foul tip, held on to. Well, he bounced a few of them, but he kept throwing it. That's his best pitch, and he gets a strikeout. A run on no hits and 1 left. 3-1 Phils.
Davis appears to have a good lie.
Yeah, the grounds crew's done a great job.
Serious about your landscape? Choose Lawn Doctor for a rich, healthy lawn. Our patented turf tamer applies a custom blend of granular fertilizer and weed and insect controls. We also offer tree and shrub care to ensure your entire landscape looks its best. Keep your course green for less than a round of golf. Leave it to Lawn Doctor so you have time to work on other things.
The family has always put in the forefront to protect the quality and the standards set by Adolphus Busch.
The deep sense of pride that my grandfather taught me, that my father continues to teach me.
I think he would be very happy that the generations of his family have practiced what he taught us.
It's time to break out of the winter blahs and say hello spring with a brand new Ford. Now get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on Windstar. That's finance savings of over $5,000 or choose $1,500 cash back. Windstar gives you not 1 but 2 sliding doors. The government gives it 5 stars for safety. 0.9 financing or $1,500 cash back on Windstar. Get to your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, the beer with a fresh, clean taste that's never filling, and by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. New pitcher for the Texas Rangers, young left-hander Doug Davis, is having an outstanding spring and a great prospect for the Rangers. See the totals. Phillies have out-hit them 7-1.
Batting fourth, number 1, David Holst, now playing left field, batting first. John Shea remains in the game.
There are the numbers on Doug Davis. We have a few changes in the game that my partner is going to get for us.
Sure.
Rico Bronya, the batter. Heard David Hulse is in the game, right?
Left field.
There he is. John Shave, after pinch hitting, remained in the game at shortstop. There is Shave. And now Scott Sheldon is over at first base, his 3rd position in this game. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Rico, who has doubled and knocked in 2 and lined out. And he swings and misses and strikes out. Davis had some good numbers last year at AAA and has had really good numbers this spring.
7-0 in AAA.
Season tickets. Phillies have 11 different plans to choose from, starting with just a 13-gamer. Many extra benefits with your ticket plan, so why don't you call 215-463-5000 anytime online at Phillies.com. Phone center representatives are standing by at this very moment up in Philadelphia to take your call. Mike Lieberthal, the batter, has doubled and lined out, scored a run. Guy has 10 strikeouts and 10 innings coming into this game and just picked up another one, did Davis.
Oh, he got a little notoriety last year in his major league debut, gave up 10 runs, but he was 7-0 in AAA. He's got a little sinking fastball. His best pitch probably is curveball, and I think ideally his spot, could be out of the bullpen.
High chopper to third. Evans over to the new first baseman Sheldon, and there are 2 outs.
Second baseman Marlon.
And Marlon Anderson will bat with an RBI single and a strikeout. Davis is 6'3", 190-pounder. He's 24, out of Sacramento, California. Grew up idolizing Mark McGwire when he was with Oakland. Makes his home now in Georgetown, Texas. Marlon takes a breaking ball outside. He was selected by the Rangers in the June '96 free agent draft in the 10th round. Doug Davis, a second pitcher used this afternoon by Johnny Oates. We're counting the starter, charged with 3 runs. Over for a strike, 1-1. Foul and held on to by Wasgas, the catcher. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs and nobody on base. 3-7-0 Phillies. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors for the Texas Rangers. He's a little bit funky in his delivery.
Yeah, he's a little bit basic left-handed type delivery that who knows what that might be.
How come they all pull their hats down so far?
Left-handed.
That's almost a given, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? Most left-handers I remember is they wear their hats crooked. Not so much pulled down, but crooked. They could never put it on straight.
He looks like a lefty. You're right. He probably belongs in a bullpen looking like that, too. 2-2. There's a certain look for a left-handed reliever, and it's not when he throws the ball.
There is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I think more nowadays the younger kids they're bending their hats a lot more, and you see his delivery. He'll be a little bit 3/4, a little sinker, and then there he's over the top. But when he's throwing his breaking ball, he'll drop down a little bit at times.
He can hide it a little bit too.
Hides the ball. He kind of cocks it behind him a little bit. He can be a little, pretty deceptive.
I mean, you see those strikeouts, a strikeout per inning, and that's why they might be looking at him, as you said, Andy, as a relief pitcher. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Marlin with Alex Arias on deck. And he chases ball 4, fouls it out of play. Alex playing today. Desi Relaford has a little bit of a sore shoulder. Heard it the other day against a game of Cleveland, diving back into a bag. Played a few innings yesterday at Sarasota and getting the afternoon off so far, as Alex is playing short. 3-2. Struck him out. Very impressive inning there for Doug Davis. Impressive outing, of course, for Larry Anderson this afternoon. We'll let him go. Phillies lead at 3-1. Harry back in the 7th.
Before I played baseball, I was something else. I was a student just like you guys were. You may have a dream to be basketball. You may have a dream to do a lot of things, but always have a backup plan, and your education will give you that. I think this team is going to be the best one that I've played with since I've been here since 1997. So I'm hoping that everybody will have some fun with us this year for 2000 to make a special new millennium. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Look, I don't think about my health insurance until I need it, and I needed it big time when my husband Brian was diagnosed with heart disease. Independence Blue Cross called us about their Cardiac Connections program when they saw Brian had a heart condition. Working with our doctor, a case manager from Blue Cross, helps Brian stay active and reduce his chances for future heart attacks. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Cardiac Connections Program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Lease a Camry CE now for just $239 a month. 36 months, $2,300 due at signing, plus taxes and fees. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright.
The Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Here's our game summary. Randy Wolf, good outing this afternoon. 5 2/3 innings, just giving up 1 hit, and that run will be charged to him. Rick Helling, all 3 runs coming off him for the Rangers. Rico Bronya has a 2-run double. Marlon Anderson an RBI single. Bobby Abreu, another good game with a bat. Carlos Reyes is the pitcher for the Phillies, and here are your changes. Tomas Perez in the game at second. First base is Chris Pritchett. And the new catcher's Gary Bennett. For play-by-play, here's Harry.
All right, thanks, Wheels. And leading off is Tom Evans. He is fouled out and popped up, facing Reyes. A ball and a strike to Tom Evans. Phillies on top by a score of 3-1. Reyes came in for Randy Wolf in the 6th inning with a runner on base and 2 outs. Had a little control problem. He walked 1 and uncorked 2 wild pitches, at one of which scored the Rangers run, but then he struck out David Segui to get out of the inning. The walk he issued was his first all spring, and his strikeout was his 8th, so he, for the most part, has had good control this spring. 1-2 the count to Evans. 7th inning, Phillies lead it 3-1. A little bit high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball shortstop. Alex Arias on a big hop. Throws out Evans. 1 down here in the 7th. Hey fans, do you think what it takes to be a food vendor down at the vet? Come out to the vet on this Wednesday, March 22nd for vendor tryouts. The Phillies and Ogden are looking for a few good men and women to be vendors this summer. Registration will start at 7 o'clock. And an instructional camp runs from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Be a great job if you're interested in being a vendor at Veterans Stadium. That's Wednesday, March 22nd at 7 a.m. at the vet. If you can't make a Wednesday, you can still be a vendor by calling Ogden at 215-271-2300, extension 245.
This is Frank Catalanato, came on to pinch hit for Waskis. So they'll use their 3rd catcher of the ballgame.
Bill Hasselman, the starting catcher, was injured when hit by a pitch. And of course, Pudge Rodriguez did not make the trip. But he will do almost all of the catching for the Rangers.
And backup catchers don't get a whole lot of work with this club.
Catalanato is a 25-year-old. Lines it foul. He came as a part of the big package from Detroit in that Juan Gonzalez deal. Came along with Francisco Cordero, Justin Thompson, Alan Webb, all pitchers. The first catcher, Bill Hasselman, and outfielder Gabe Kapler, all coming in that Juan Gonzalez deal.
5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks.
Catalanato played 100 games for the Tigers last year, hitting .276. Two balls and 2 strikes to Catalanato. 1 out, no base runners here in the 7th inning. How do you jam a guy with a changeup like that?
I don't know. That might have been a fastball. After all those changeups, you're right. I mean, you know, that's how you do it, Harry. That's why a guy like Reyes can get some outs. See the grip? Yeah, that's a fastball.
Yeah.
And what happens is, as you say, throwing so many changeups that hitters keep looking for them, and then you can jam them with a fastball, and that's what he did there.
2 outs, and the batter is Scott Sheldon, who's played all over for Johnny Oates today. He started at second base and played left field for a couple innings, now at first base. 1 ball and no strikes to Sheldon, who has flied into a double play and grounded out. One ball and 1 strike to Scott Sheldon.
Carlos has a great changeup. He had a little trouble with it last, and he bounced it a couple times and wound up costing the Phillies a run. But this guy is a professional pitcher, and he's going to help the ball club.
Can pitch in a lot of games. Pitched in 65 for San Diego last year. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
There's a little cutter he threw there. I mean, he'll cut a fastball once in a while. He's a little breaking ball. Moves his fastball around, but his best pitch is a very good circle change.
There it was. Struck him right out of there. Second strikeout for Reyes. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. Stretch time. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Phillies 3 and Texas 1.
Need a car? Having credit problems? Damaged credit? No credit? First-time buyer? Repossession? Divorce? Call the number on your screen, 877-958-LOAN, and we can have you driving the car of your dreams in as little as 1 hour. My name is Bill Berniker, president of the all-new Berniker Automotive. Dial the number on your screen now, 877-958-LOAN, and find out how easy it is to be approved and drive away in the car of your dreams. I guarantee. Call 877-958-LOAN. You'll be glad you did.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
Serious about your landscape? Lawn Doctor's patented turf tamer equipment keeps your lawn beautiful. We also offer tree and shrub care to ensure your entire landscape looks its best. Keep your course green for less than you'd expect.
From Barry Levinson, the director of Wag the Dog and Rain Man, comes an extraordinary new series.
I always wanted to sing falsetto.
Entertainment Weekly calls it one of the mid-season's best bets.
It's not my fault your father killed your mother!
TV Guide calls it one of its top 3 picks.
You're the one who's cranky. I'm not cranky.
The Beat.
Premieres Tuesday at 9 on UPN 57.
Bottom of the 7th, Phil's lead 3-1. Alex Arias leading off against Doug Davis. Looks at a strike.
Number 56, Cesar King.
Now the 1-strike pitch. Line drive to right field. Caught by McDonald. Arias is retired 1 down, and Dave Doster will come out to pinch hit for Carlos Reyes. Well, Kurt Schilling took the mound today in front of pitching coach Galen Cisco. Threw a couple of pitches off the mound. Galen kind of saying, get the arm up.
Well, what they did there, Kurt Schilling, basically what they're saying is he started spring training this morning. He did what pitchers do during spring training normally, and that's as they throw. Then they'll do a little long tossing sometimes, and then they'll take a day off, and then they'll go back out and throw again. So today is the first day of spring training for Kurt Schilling, and they're still looking at mid-May for him. But everything's going just fine.
Going on schedule. 1-1 the count to Doster. Two balls and a strike. Cesar King is the new catcher for Johnny Oates' Texas Rangers. 2 balls and a strike to Doster. Fouls this one out of play. Doster this spring hitting at .273.
There's Jeff Brantley. He'll be the next Phillies pitcher. He's had a couple of outings this year, and he's trying to get himself ready to help the ball club this year.
Struck him out. The third strikeout for this young left-hander. That's 2 down.
Which shouldn't be surprising because he has strikeout numbers. I mean, he had 10 strikeouts and 10 innings coming into this game. Harry just mentioned this is number 3. So now he is plus innings pitched as far as strikeouts go. And you look at his minor league numbers, he gets them there too.
So the left-hander has been impressive, and Rob Ducey will bat for the first time. Ducey hitting .379 this spring. He's had an excellent spring. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in.
This guy looks like he throws everything hard, which would make him more a relief pitcher, Ken. And maybe he throws change-ups and more off-speed pitches, but basically we see him throwing fastball, slider, and he would be a funky guy to hit off from the left side.
Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching UPN 57, WPSG TV in Philadelphia.
That's Dick Bosman, the pitching coach, along with Johnny Oates.
And a good fastball, and he gets it over. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another good one. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now there's that hard slider that he has. And with that release point, he changes his release point a little bit. He's a little hard to pick up. They got to like this guy.
10th round draft pick in the 96 draft, and Ducey takes him the other way for a hit.
That's a nice piece of hitting by Rob Ducey, because that was a good fastball. Looked like it was a little bit of a runner up and in on him, and he just fought it off. See Ducey after a tough breaking ball away, and you see the arms come back in towards his body. You'll get a better look at it here. He tried to throw a fastball in, didn't get it far enough in. He just fought it off and got himself a base hit.
Pat Burrell batting for the first time, came in for Ron Gann at left field. Burrell this spring has hit with some power. .281, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. 1 ball and no strikes to Burrell.
First time the Phillies have had a base runner, so we haven't had a chance to see his move yet.
One and nothing to Burrell here in the 7th inning. Phillies have a 3-1 lead. Out of play, ball and a strike to Pat Burrell. Doug Davis went AA, AAA major leagues last year. Just 24 years of age, 4-4 at Tulsa, 7-0 at AAA Oklahoma last year. Ducey being held at third base. A stand-up double for Pat Burrell.
Now Davis, we talked about left-hander. You're going to get a different swing off this guy from the right side, and that is some power right there. He just smokes that ball into the corner. Good job by the left fielder out here, though, and gets on the ball in a hurry. And that makes John Vukovic have to hold Ducey at third, even though there were 2 outs. They got that ball in quickly.
David Halsey out there making the play, and here's Bobby Abreu. So this will be an interesting matchup. Davis has been real tough against left-hand hitters. Now he's facing one of the game's best left-hand hitters, and let's see how they fare.
He struck out Bronin. He struck out Marlon Anderson last inning.
1 ball and no strikes to Abreu, who has doubled, singled, and grounded into a double play.
And the double play he grounded into would have been his 3rd hit of the ball game, except Gant was running on the play, and the ball was hit right over the bag to Clayton, who was covering from shortstop.
and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
That always makes it tough to hang in on that next slider you get. Guy throws pretty hard and comes up and in that way. See, they're shading Bobby towards left center. And very shallow.
Ridiculously shallow is Mateo.
I know that wind's blowing in, but man, is he shallow. Mateo's playing as if there's a pitcher hitting.
He is in. So there you see him in center field. I mean, if Bobby, who can tag baseballs, I mean, he could hit it over his head and run all day. Walks Abreu on 4 pitches. So the Phillies have him loaded for Kevin Jordan. Jordan batting for the first time, hitting at .250 this spring. And we're going to have a pitching change. This is going to be it for Doug Davis. He will be taken out.
Ryan Glenn is the new pitcher.
Ryan Glenn, a 25-year-old, coming in out of the bullpen. Pitching change for Texas. We're in the 7th, 3-1 Phils. Back after these messages.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Skies Spring Event, where great cars, excellent values, and a gigantic selection come shining through. Lease a new Corolla VE now for just $199 a month. 36 months with $2,100 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a
The Blue Skies Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Martin goes back to his old school for career day
Y'all come back when you're hiring.
and gets reacquainted with his 3rd grade teacher.
Don't you find me attractive, Martin?
You alright? She wants to take him to school.
Miss Trinidad? That's my knee.
But how will Gina feel about her extracurricular activities?
Hey, baby.
It's gonna get ugly.
I'ma hurt you. You got that girlfriend?
On the next Martin.
Tomorrow night at 6 on UPN 57.
Mike Piazza and the New York Mets will be at Veterans Stadium for the opening of the season home opener on April 10th. All fans get a rally towel, compliments of Modell Sporting Goods, and 2 more with the Mets on the 12th and 13th at 7:05. The Expos enter in for the first weekend, April 14th, 15th, and 16th. The 14th, the 15th, Fox Sports Card Night, set for cards for fans 14 and under. And the 16th on Sunday, that's Pokemon Dog Tag Day for youngsters 14 and under. Great baseball for the first homestand of the season, the Mets and the Expos. Order your tickets by calling 215-463-1000. Phone Center representatives are on hand right now to take your calls, 215-463-1000, or you can order online at Phillies.com. Ryan Glenn, a 25-year-old right-hander, is the new pitcher. He's 6'3", 195-pounder, 4th-round draft pick in '95. So far this spring, 0-0 with a 3.86 ERA in 5 games, 9 in the 3rd innings, 12 hits, 4 earned runs. He has struck out 5 while walking 1. Ruben Amaro, Dallas Green, Mike Arbuckle are there.
Ed Wade is back in Philadelphia. He left this morning and went home. They have some meetings coming up this week back in Philadelphia concerning the stadium, proposed stadium. So I guess Ed's sitting at home watching the ball game with his family. They're probably glad to see him.
And Ed would be glad to see Kevin Jordan deliver here with the bases loaded and 2 outs and a 3-1 lead. Oh, he hit it hard and foul.
I got Ducey's attention. Look at Rob Ducey laugh. That ball was smoked. See him hit that baby fair now.
1 strike to Kevin Jordan.
That little girl's happy the ball was foul.
And they went after a high fastball, and he's in the hole 0-2. Ground ball, base base hit. Ducey scores. Burrow's going to score. Throw comes in. Rolling into second, Kevin Jordan. He's about as good a two-strike hitter as you'll find. And he was down in the hole 0-2, and he delivers, and the Phillies lead it 5-1.
Here that Glenn, after that high fastball, tried to throw a breaking ball and hung it in the middle of the plate to him. See if we can see. Well, you can't see from this angle. But Kevin Jordan was right on it and hit it hard down the line. He's, as Harry just said, he's a good two-strike hitter. He's also a really good first ball fastball hitter as a pinch hitter.
Chris Pritchett batting for the first time. The Phillies now lead it 5-1. Pritchett's had an excellent spring. Hitting at .400, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. On the count to Chris Pritchett. This with the fastball. 2 balls and a strike to Pritchett. Abreu at third. Jordan at second, 2 runs in. Bit low, 3-1. Gary Bennett waiting on deck. Towering fly ball to center field. Ruben Mateo drifting back into his right. Puts it away, and that will retire the side. But the Phillies got a big blow from Kevin Jordan, scoring 2 in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. After 7, 5-1 Phillies.
Yeah, Levy. Pitchers and catchers on the 18th. Don't be late. See ya. That's right, Rico. Full camp starts on the 23rd.
Terry? Kurt Schilling. Again?
Dad, it's Scott Rowland.
Fanatic, I told you the home opener's April 10th, and you better be ready, too.
I don't think about my health insurance until I need it. But when I need it, I really need it. When our son Tommy's asthma got real bad, Independence Blue Cross called to tell us about their Asthma Connections program. This program helps Tommy get the care he needs. It helps him manage his symptoms to prevent future asthma attacks. Thanks to Independence Blue Cross, Tommy is leading a more active, happier life. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Asthma Connections program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
If you count the different Dodge Caravan models there are to choose from, it adds up. And if you include all the convenient ways you can arrange their interiors, it adds up even more. But if you stop to consider Caravan's low starting price, even with air conditioning, well, it just doesn't add up. Dodge Caravan. Different.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Phil's leading by a score of 5-1. We're in the 8th inning, and Jeff Brantley will come on to pitch. It's Brantley's 4th spring game. No wins, no losses, a 9.0 ERA. He's worked 3 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Struck out 2, hadn't walked anybody. Trying to come back following shoulder surgery. So Brantley, his first outing since May of last year in Exhibition League play. The first pitch he threw was hit for a home run by Casey Blake. But he has settled down since then and trying to work his way on, build up the arm strength to be a help in late innings as a setup man for Mike Jackson, who was also supposed to work an inning here today.
Well, you've seen a little bit of what they hope might be a potential bullpen rotation this year. Use Reyes, Brantley, and Jackson, and that way you shorten your ball game. You get your starter to pitch into the 6th inning and go that route.
1 strike to Jason McDonald. 1-1 the count to him.
Eugene Andre here from Pennsauken, New Jersey. Want to say hi to guys back at the Pennsauken Police Department and Dad's establishment in Mount Holly.
1-1 here to McDonald, who has struck out and grounded out. Phil's 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Texas 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. At the breaking ball over. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
People are serious. Some guy just came up here a few minutes ago, want to know when we're going to make a scoring change and turn this into a no-hitter. I said it's spring training.
And, you know, I mean, the ball was hit at Marlon Anderson, but it was sharply hit. That was a rocket. I think it was officially scored correctly. It should have been scored a hit.
If it hadn't been for what Marlon's going through, there wouldn't have been any question about it.
It was off the bat of Ruben Mateo in the 4th inning. 5,314 here at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater this afternoon.
We get a lot of fan input with our booth location here at Jack Russell. They poke their heads in here and say, make a change.
And we are not the official scorers of this game.
Not today.
Lee Tobin is the official scorer. Phillies PR department. 2-2. You should just make a little sign for fans saying official score at the other end of the press box.
Get that?
Talk to Lee.
Yep. Let her have it.
2-2. Towering fly to left. The wind's going to pick it up. Burrow back, and this ball is a windswept opposite field home run. It is a 5-2 ball game. The Phillies still lead by 3.
That's the second time that's happened to Brantley this year. I mean, that ball's a pop up the left field, and the wind just blows it out. That's what happens in spring training. Sometimes you get them. Sometimes you'll throw a pitch down the middle, and a guy will smoke it, and the wind will knock it down. That's the way it goes. Here's the pitch to McDonald. Look, he was away from him just a little bit. Brantley likes it right in that spot. And it's a fly ball to left field that just kept on going.
Here's John Shea, the shortstop. He came in as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game. Walked and scored the Rangers' run his only other time up. 1 ball and no strikes to Shabe. So it's 5-2. Phil's lead by 3. Now the fans don't have to worry about a scoring change and a no-hit game.
Right. That guy can relax.
2 balls and no strikes to Shabe. Over at the knees, 2-1 the count to John Shea. This low, it's 3-1. Shave, a veteran, got in 43 games with the Rangers last year, hitting at .288. And he works his second walk. So Shave at first, nobody out, and David Halsey,
NCAA scores from today.
the left fielder, will bat.
Carolina 28, Stanford 27. And with about 3 minutes to go in the first half, Illinois 32, Florida 31.
Halsey hitting .385 this spring with a homer and 4 RBIs.
Left fielder number 1, David Halls.
grab. Brantley should be 2, and is. They turn. No, they didn't. Low throw by Arias, and Pritchett could not hang on to it. Should have been a double play, but they got the lead runner, Brantley to Arias. Hulsey safe at first on a fielder's choice.
Third baseman Edwin Diaz.
Brings up Edwin Diaz.
Brantley appeared to lead Alex fine on that play, and he did make a low throw to first. We'll see if we can tell on the replay. It's a hard ground ball. Brantley just spears it. Now you want with the left-handed batter, the shortstop is going to cover here. Well, that throw took him a little bit towards shortstop, and that got the timing off. When you see the replay, you see why. Ideally, they like to flash across that bag, does a shortstop. He had to reach back for that ball.
Breaking ball for a strike to Edwin Diaz. Sharp ground ball past Kevin Jordan down the left field line. Hulsey on his way to third base. And rolling into second is Diaz with a double. So the Rangers with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Brantley made a bad pitch there, just a high pitch out over the plate. Now here comes Pat Burrow's done a pretty good job down there. He has to make a decision on whether you go to third or second on this. He banged up against the wall a little bit. I don't know that he could have thrown to second and stopped the runner because of where he was and the angle that he had.
So the Ranger runners are at second and third with 1 out for Ruben Mateo. He's been hit by a pitch. He's singled and he has walked. Brantley got the breaking ball over for a strike. Slam past Kevin Jordan. Hulsey scores. Diaz will hold at third base. And it's now a 5-3 ball game as Brantley is getting hit pretty hard here in the 8th inning.
He sure is, and those pitches are up. That looked like another off-speed pitch, a breaking ball. And the Phillies are lucky this guy didn't get the ball in the air. That's a hanging breaking ball. If he hits that in the air, the game's tied. The way that wind's blowing out to left. Ruben Mateo has some tools.
Your attention, please. Now on to pinch hit for the Rangers.
Mike Lamb will come on to pinch hit. Lamb hitting at .242 so far this spring. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Mike Lamb, 24-year-old. He's out of West Covina, California. 7th round draft pick in the '97 draft for the Rangers. Spent most of the year at Tulsa last year where he had a good year. He hit .324. Led that league in hits and in doubles. Had 21 homers and knocked in 100. Two balls and no strikes.
Harry mentioned Mike Jackson is scheduled to pitch this afternoon. He is throwing in the Phillies bullpen. They really don't want to use him in this inning.
Would they bring him in the 8th?
I don't know. Doesn't really matter whether you win or lose these games that much. But they might get to a point with Brantley where they decide, no, that's enough. So he's throwing with some urgency.
2 balls and no strikes to Lamb. Missing 3-0. Well, this is the weekend the Phillies owners come down. They had a great party for the Phils and families on Friday night, but since the Phillies owners have been down, the Phillies haven't won a game, so maybe they would like to get a W.
You never know.
Ball 4, walked in, and that'll load the bases. The second walk. Brantley is really struggling here in the 8th inning.
Here comes Galen Cisco out for a talk. Of course, they had a double play in front of them, too, that they didn't make. And that is causing this inning to be a little more difficult than it needed to be.
So Jeff Brantley served up a home run to the first man he faced, then walked, ground out, double, single, and walk. It's now a 5-3 game.
This is Scarborough Green's going to come out and pinch hit.
Scarborough Green. So Scarborough Green, he was hitting .226 this spring. Pinch hitting here. Bases loaded. Chopped softly, they'll get an out. Tomas Perez throws out Scarborough Green. Coming in to score the fourth run of the game. The third of the inning is Diaz. So it is now a 5-4 Phillies lead. 2 outs in the inning. Runners are at second and third.
Third baseman Frank Catalanato.
And Frank Catalanato will bat for the second time. He popped up in his only plate appearance. Stayed in the game to play third base. So Brantley will try to get one more out. Oh, he got it the hard way. Line drive right back at Brantley, and that will retire the side. 3 runs in the inning. 3 hits, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies lead by a run, 5-4 over Texas.
Here's your ticket for this weekend's game. Don't lose it, okay?
Thanks.
Give him your ticket, Richie.
Treacher! Ha ha ha!
Who is it?
Looks like Governor Ridge.
What's he want?
Governor.
Hi, I'm traveling across Pennsylvania to let our older residents know they could get money back on rent or property taxes.
He says he might have money for us.
Governor Ridge, come in.
To see if you qualify, call toll-free 1-888-222-9190.
Now, Tom, try the apple pie.
Thanks, but I've got 180,000 more homes to go.
Ooh.
It's here to clear the air.
I can see clearly now.
Toyota's Blue Sky Spring Event. Now get low 5.9% APR financing when you buy any new Camry Solara or Tacoma truck. Save on financing with low 5.9% APR. Your new beginning is here.
It's gonna be a bright,
The Blue Sky Spring Event at your Toyota dealer.
Martin is on for a full hour. Watch double the Martin.
Clear. Too late to stop the madness.
Catch Martin weeknights at 6 on UPN 57.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. A few changes. Frank Catalanato has moved from third base to first base for the Texas Rangers. Mike Lamb stays in the game after pinch hitting, playing third base. And boy, this guy moves all over. Scott Sheldon is now catching.
Fourth position.
Scott Sheldon started this game at second, went to left, then first, and now catching. It's called versatility. And the new pitcher is Francisco Cordero, a 22-year-old. He came over from Detroit as a part of the package for Juan Gonzalez. And he's had a good spring, 1-0, 3-point ERA. Throws pretty hard, 1 ball and no strikes to Gary Bennett, who's batting for the first time. Bennett hitting .400 this spring. Towering pop foul. Catalanato over near the stands is going to run out of room. 1-1 the count to Bennett. Cordero, 22-year-old, was 4-1 at Jacksonville with 27 saves. Led the Southern League in saves last year. And it's hit in the air. Hit in the air by Bennett, 1 down.
The second baseman, number 13.
Well, next Saturday, we're back here at Jack Russell Stadium. We'll be on Comcast Sportsnet as the Phillies take on the Boston Red Sox at 1 o'clock, back on UPN 57. Sunday, April 2nd, from Seattle's new ballpark, Safeco Stadium, against the Mariners at 4 o'clock on Sunday, April 2nd. Final exhibition league game of the spring. Here's Tomas Perez. He's batting for the first time. He's a switch hitter. He is hitting at 286. Out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cordero throws hard. He got it upstairs. 2-1 the count. 4 wins, 27 saves, and his ERA at Jacksonville last year was 1.38. Struck out 58 in 52 innings while walking 22. Got a call up from the Tigers at the end of the year. Pitched 20 games for Detroit. Went 2-2. He was respectable at the major league level, jumping up from AA and a 3.32 ERA.
Probably one of those guys that Tigers hated to give up on, but they had to give up players to get a guy like Juan Gonzalez, that's for sure.
Yeah. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Catalanato will make the play unassisted. That's 2 down. And it'll bring up Alex Arias, who has played the whole game at shortstop. Alex is 1 for 3. Fausto Tejero has moved into the on-deck circle. He would bat for Jeff Brantley if Arias reaches base. Good breaking ball. And Mike Jackson will come in the 9th inning and try to save this game for Randy Wolf. He'll be working with just a 1-run lead. Arias goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 inning for Cordero. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We go to the 9th. Phil's lead by a run, 5-4.
Look, I don't think about my health insurance until I need it. And I needed it big time when my husband Brian was diagnosed with heart disease. Independence Blue Cross called us about their Cardiac Connections program when they saw Brian had a heart condition. Working with our doctor, a case manager from Blue Cross, helps Brian stay active and reduce his chances for future heart attacks. For us, Blue Cross came through big time.
The Cardiac Connections program, another great reason you can lean on Independence Blue Cross.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
I run a rental car company, and we have 14 Hyundai Accents. Customers are always telling me how much they love the Accent. So I test drove one and I bought it. Their 10-year and 5-year warranty definitely shows you what kind of confidence Hyundai has in their vehicles. So I went into the dealership, treated me right, gave me a great deal, walked out of there a happy man. Freedom to me means to be able to go wherever you want without any problems.
Hyundai and the Jimmy Fund, helping kids fight cancer.
Towering drive, deep left center field. It is out of here.
Sunday, April 16th, free Pokemon dog tags. Call 215-463-1000. The Phillies, bring it on.
Phillies lead by a run, 5-4, and Mike Jackson comes on to try to save this one for Randy Wolf, 35-year-old right-hander this spring, 1-0 with 2 saves, 4.50 ERA, 6 innings of work, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 5 while walking 3. So Jackson was brought over here to be the closer. Gets an opportunity here for his 3rd spring save. He saved 39 for Cleveland last year. Scott Sheldon, the first one to face him. Good slider, called strike. Sheldon is 0 for 3 this afternoon. He's had a busy game. He's played second base, left field, first base, and caught. 0-2 the count to Sheldon. One ball and 2 strikes.
Mike's been looking for his location a little bit. Not unusual for a veteran relief pitcher. He has his own program. He threw a slider there, and you can see he slipped a little bit when he threw it and just overthrew the ball.
Looped foul down the right field side. Broke his bat, did Sheldon. Last year, Mariano Rivera led the American League in saves. The Yankee had 45. And Roberto Hernandez and John Wetland both had 43, followed by Mike Jackson. Wetland, incidentally, has not pitched yet for the Texas Rangers in spring training. He has been bothered with a groin muscle pull. Fouls this one back, 1-2 it holds to Scott Sheldon. Phils have a 1-run lead, trying to hold a 3-game losing streak here and win their 11th this spring. Jammed him, but he fouls it back. Still 1-2.
Gary Bennett, the catcher, and Jackson looked like they decided they wanted to go in with something after all those pitches away. And you have to give Sheldon a little bit of credit there too, because that looked like it was a strike and he fouled it off and stayed alive.
Sheldon, even though he's played 4 positions, is basically a middle infielder, second baseman, shortstop, but he has good power. 28 home runs. Got him with a slider, struck him out.
Yeah, that was a purpose pitch. I mean, as mentioned, away, finally in on one, and now let's go back out with a slider after establishing a pitch inside on him. This is Mike Jackson's best pitch and has been for a long time, a real hard breaking ball. There is his delivery, very compact. He's a power pitcher. He will throw some change-ups, mostly to left-handed batters, and he'll use his slider to left-handed batters as a backdoor breaking ball.
Here's Jason McDonald. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon with a opposite field home run. Cues it foul. 1 strike to McDonald. One out here in the 9th inning.
There it was. That's what we're talking about, a backdoor breaking ball. He and I had talked about that one day, and he said that pitch has really gotten to be effective for him because a lot of left-handed hitters quit on that, and it has a real sharp bite at the end, and he'll get some called strikes on it.
Up and in, 2 balls and a strike to McDonald. Mixing wide, 3-1. John Shea waits on deck. Walked him. So McDonald, 1 out base runner. Shea will be the batter. He has walked both times that he's been up in this game.
Shortstop John Shea.
McDonald first base, 1 down here in the 9th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Gary Bennett calls time, trots out to talk to Mike Jackson. Jackson trying to get him down here in the 9th inning. Phillies with a 1-run lead. Jackson right up there with the career active leaders in innings pitched. Of course, Jesse Roscoe's been around so long it's unbelievable. He's understandably first.
And he just got traded yesterday.
What is he, 40, 41, I think?
Yeah, 40. I think he's 41, and they just traded him to the Cardinals for Joe McEwing. To the Mets.
2 balls and no strikes. Now, as we've seen from Shave in his first 2 at-bats, he's not going to swing at bad pitches. He's taken a couple of walks. So Jackson will have to throw strikes here to him. He did. 2-1. Good pickoff move. McDonald back. Towering pop-up. Gary Bennett off with a mask near the screen. Good play. That ball might have been fouled, but the wind moved it back over the screen just for Bennett to make a play in front of the screen. That's big out number 2.
Yeah, this is one of those days where they're going to blow back, and Gary Bennett did a good job on this, anticipating that it might come back and to try and keep that ball away from the screen and get the second out of the inning. One good thing for them today, there hasn't been much sunshine. It's tough down here to play the sun and the wind. Today it's just been the wind.
Brings on David Hulsey batting for the second time. Hit into a fielder's choice in his other at bat.
John Slobodkin, our producer, tells us that Jesse Orozco will be 43 in April.
43? Wow. Pitch low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, it's understandable why he leaves active pitchers and innings pitched.
He's been around a while.
Jackson is almost 8 years his junior. Jackson is 35. This should be the ball game. Tomas Perez, 2 Arias. They get the force at second base. And that'll be it. Mike Jackson earns his 3rd save of the spring as the Phillies hang on to beat the Texas Rangers by a score of 5-4. Kevin Jordan got a key 2-run hit in his only at bat, a 2-run double for KJ, and his only at bat as the Phils won it by a score of 5-4 here at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater. Randy Wolf, a good outing as a starter, gets the win. As the Phils spring training record now is 11-8, and we'll be back with the totals and a recap right after these messages.
The ability to have hands-on brewmasters working with the finest ingredients.
In the barley fields and in the hop fields, everyone has a genuine passion and commitment to upholding the highest standards.
Quality, freshness, attention to detail. Blend those things and you have what Budweiser is all about.
Welcome to Nissan's tournament event. Your chance to slam dunk a deal on some of the auto industry's best new talent, like the Nissan Pathfinder, now with 3.9% APR financing for 5 years, a savings of up to $2,500. Plus, get $1,400 cash back for a final savings of up to $3,900. Or grab the Maxima GXE with 3.9% APR financing. Don't let the shot clock run out on this one. The tournament event with up to $3,900 in Pathfinder savings ends March 31st.
Davis appears to have a good lie.
Yeah, the grounds crew's done a great job.
Serious about your landscape? Choose Lawn Doctor for a rich, healthy lawn. Our patented turf tamer applies a custom blend of granular fertilizer and weed and insect controls. We also offer tree and shrub care to ensure your entire landscape looks its best. Keep your course green for less than a round of golf. Leave it to Lawn Doctor so you have time to work on other things.
It's more than just explosions. It's more than just space travel.
Hang on.
It's the most successful drama in UPN network history. Star Trek Voyager. Weeknights at 7 on UPN 57.
Back at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater, where the Phillies have beaten the Texas Rangers by a score of 5-4. For the winning Phils, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 6 left. Rangers had 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 6. Randy Wolf in his best spring outing gets the win. He is 1-1. The loss goes to Rick Helling. He is 1-2. And Mike Jackson came in to put him down in the 9th and record his 3rd save. Our Budweiser play of the game came in the 7th inning. A big blow for Kevin Jordan in his only at bat.
Bases are loaded, and the count's 0-2 on 2 fastballs. One he swung and missed, one he fouled back. There's a hanging breaking ball right there, and he hooked it down the third base line. Knocked in a couple runs for the Phillies. Gave them a 5-1 lead at the time. And as it turned out, they were going to need those runs.
Because those Rangers scored 3 runs in the 8th inning and had runners at 2nd and 3rd. They got them off Jeff Brantley. There were 2 outs in the 8th inning. Jeff Brantley gave up a home run and a couple other hits. And then with a score 5-4, that ended the 8th inning. A line drive right back at Brantley off the bat of Catalanato. And Mike Jackson came in to save the game for a 5-4 Phillies win here at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Now get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months on Dodge Caravan, the most innovative, most imitated, most trusted minivan on the road. 0.9 could save you over $4,600. High interest, low interest. Interested? Better hurry. Dodge Caravan. Different.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
UPN Wednesday. You'll die if you step into that ring. A Cuban prizefighter's assassination sparks an international crisis.
Cuba just launched against us.
An all-new 7 days. Then on Voyager,
It's Klingon.
a mysterious relic unleashes an ancient evil.
Where am I?
Lodge of the Dead.
Voyager.
Wednesday night starting at 8 on UPN 57.
Need a car? Having credit problems? Damaged credit? No credit? First-time buyer? Repossession? Divorce? Call the number on your screen, 877-958-LOAN, and we can have you driving the car of your dreams in as little as 1 hour. My name is Bill Berniker, president of the all-new Berniker Automotive. Dial the number on your screen now, 877-958-LOAN, and find out how easy it is to be approved and drive away in the car of your dreams. I guarantee. Call 877-958-LOAN. You'll be glad you did.
Phillies baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers, by Mellon PSFS, a wealth of solutions, and by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, the health care plans you can lean on.
Here's your game summary. Randy Wolf did a really good job here this afternoon. That'll make everybody around the ball club happy. 5 2/3 innings, just 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. He hit a couple batters, but basically pitched pretty well. Rick Helling started and lost today for the Rangers. He went 5 innings, got a lot of balls up. Mike Jackson, a good 9th inning for the Phillies to pick up his 3rd save. Rico Bronya, Kevin Jordan with 2-run doubles in the ballgame. Bobby Abreu, a double and a single, robbed of a 3rd hit on a smash that he hit up the middle with Ron Gant running on the play. Good play behind the bag by Royce Clayton, the shortstop, to turn it into a 6-3 double play, or Bobby would have had himself a 3-hit ball game. He did score another run. He now has a 10-game hitting streak here in spring training.
Randy Wolf here getting his 1 strikeout in his good 5 2/3 innings of work as he strikes out Jason McDonald. And Randy Wolf had a very impressive outing, his best outing by far this spring. Mike Jackson came in the 9th inning and got to save his 3rd this spring and looked like he was throwing very well. Gave up a walk and that's all, and that tied it down for the Phil's 11th spring win, 5-4 over the Texas Rangers. Our next telecast is next Saturday against the Boston Red Sox. We're on Comcast Sportsnet right here at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And back on UPN 57 Sunday, April 2nd from Safeco Field in Seattle, the Phillies and the Seattle Mariners for the final Exhibition League game of the spring. John Slobodkin has been our producer. Jeff Halleckman has been our associate producer. Ray Tipton has been our director. For Larry Anderson and Chris Wheeler, Harry Callis, thanks a lot for watching. Phil's win over Texas 5-4. This is the Phillies Television Network.